Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 25 continues here on TBW. As if you're a WWE fan, you might recognize that music as one of Randy Orton's intro songs, as EMILIO MOHANNA from Primal MKE makes his way to the ring with an 0-1 record. He'll face Jordan RECOB from Capital City MMA in this 205-pound fight, amateur bout. After this one, we'll head to intermission, but EMILIO looking to give fans something to cheer about following that fight that we just saw, a couple of TKO fights.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, sometimes you get too card, you go to an event and it's just decision after decision after decision. Sometimes the crowd loses its luster there. This has been really, I mean, great fights. We got stoppages, we've had blood, we've had it all.
And if you're interested what happens off camera after that prior fight, Matthew Gurin leaving the cage, getting checked out after getting bloodied above the eye. They always have to check these guys for concussions, anything like that, and it seemed like he was in good shape heading out, so that's good news for him, making his MMA debut. And so here we have our first fight of the night with both men having a fight under their belt, as EMILIO MOHANNA heads to the ring. It
looks like he went back in the locker room. He forgot his mouthpiece, I think.
Well, you kind of need that, so I think we'll take a moment here before we head to the ring. And as thinking about the way that tonight has gone, you mentioned it's kind of been a mixture of everything, when normally, especially some of these fights where people are making their debuts, you'll go the full length of the fight.
For sure.
And it's always good to see a mixture of that, from a fan perspective. But everyone's got to learn something from the fights, and gives us something to talk about for sure. It makes it interesting when you have a bunch of different ways to win, and that's what's great about MMA. Is there's it's if you're great ground and pound, if you're straight striker, then it's there's a place for you, and certainly a lot of strength and respect in the ring for all these fighters. And as Jordan RECOB makes his way to the ring, we teased it earlier on in the broadcast here, Peter. We will have a female fight here in our next grouping of amateur fights. It's something that's become more and more common, and I think people almost expect that to be on the card now, like from an entertainment, part of what makes up a fighting championships.
Yeah, the female fights, the crowd really gets behind it. Excited for that for sure. We got Jordan RECOB heading to the cage right now. I talked to Mark Lemminger, like I said, earlier in the night. He said that he's really looking forward to this fight, that Jordan has really put in a ton of work. He's been just really giving it his all in the gym. And as a coach, you can't ask for more. You want people to show up to all the classes, want to put in the work. He said that Jordan has really gone above and beyond that. So he was really excited for this fight, which makes us even more excited because we get a little bit of background on it. But this is Jordan's second fight, I believe.
I think we saw him at the last Chosen Few event.
Did. Yep. I think he fought Garrett Granger, tough fighter out of the Monster Lab. But here he is. He's back at it, and he's ready to go.
Well, and if there's one thing that's gonna whip you into the best shape of your life, it's having all the 3 minutes at a time with only one break in between. And if you've ever trained that way, Peter, it's you feel that minute. That minute feels like 2 seconds long when you start to get tired. And as MMA fighters get to be in the best shape of their lives, and we get to see another good one here to end this first grouping before we head to intermission from the Monona Terrace. MOHANNA out of the blue corner, Jordan RECOB out of the red corner. You never really know based on records or physique, or even if they did have a record, it's impossible to know how these fights are going to go. But certainly just want to see some great MMA action, which we are about to see here in just a moment. Certainly a large contingent of fans for Jordan RECOB here, working out of Capital City MMA. It is Mohana being the aggressor early. And there you see RECOB making an effort.
Mohana came out looking pretty fluid with the striking.
Yeah, I think he's surprised a little bit. RECOB's not going to go down easily.
It's going to be a quick timeout. They're going to talk to him. I think he landed an elbow, a spinning. He went for a spinning back fist. He landed an elbow. Obviously, as we know, as an amateur, you can't do that.
So they will reset and will continue action. Yes, it is an elbow to the back of the head. It looks like they're saying watch that. And, ooh, no. RECOB takes a big strike to the head and immediately holds his head. That's not going to be a good sign that the officials keep an eye on that one, and I think that's going to do it. EMILIO Mohana took advantage of his one pop to the head, and Jordan RECOB can only shake his head because he knows he was doing well, and he took one shot, and you get a little bit discombobulated, and that's it.
It's one of those things. I mean, it was a debut for EMILIO Mohana. He's a good talent. He's very fluid in his striking. I know the guys at Primo, work tirelessly with these guys. And you know what? Jordan will be back. He ran into a guy that just had a little tighter game right now. But that's what the amateur fights are for. You want to find yourself. You want to figure out where you're good at, what you need to work on, and that's why we're here.
And I think everybody in that, in the arena, everybody here, maybe aside from EMILIO Mohana, wanted to see that fight continue on longer. I think that was building up to be an exciting fight.
EMILIO Mohana!
It's his first MMA victory, and it comes here at Chosen Few Fighting Championships 25 from the Monona Terrace. I'm Eric Rogers alongside Peter Johannes, and while they take an intermission here, we will take one with them, and we will be back with more here on TVW.